Welcome to where the furniture isn't always the best, but them views, they are amazing.
It's a 13 for y'all. 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 It's a 13 for y'all.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 13th floor where the furniture isn't always the best, but the views are amazing. Your boy B Jones on the podcast this week, kicking things off. Coach K, you in the corner with the bright eyes and the bushy-tailed beard. What's happening, brother?
Beard, not so bushy.
Well, actually,
Like a shadow.
it's trimmed. What is that about? Look at that.
Yeah. You know, man, listen, when all you have is facial hair to style and do stuff with, you get bored and it grows, you cut it down, you start all over. It is what it is.
When the pork chops coming?
I don't do swine.
I was waiting for it. I had a perfect setup.
Easy. BJ, what's going on in your corner, man?
All good, man. Down this West South Florida. I heard the rest of the world is cold. We got a little chilly down here, but it still ain't like the rest of y'all, so I'm good, man.
Man, yeah, it's been something serious the last couple of days up here, man. Snowstorms and such, but we good. Was able to get the kids out in it, throw some snowballs, make some snow angels and things. So always fun.
We good down this way though, man. Day by day, step by step.
Easy. Fresh Vente, what's going on, sir?
Another beautiful day in Zamunda. You know what it is, like BJ said, little chillier than usual down here, but we maintain it, man. Nothing but peace, love, and unity as we sit here on the 13th floor within the month of Black History.
Absolutely. Faison, what you got going on, sir?
Can we talk about how calm and chill and relaxed that intro just was? This was a rarity to see fresh. So yeah, everything's cool. And
Every once in a while, I got to switch it up for the people.
my little microphone. What is that called when they go to the microphone and they talk really slow like this and they talk so you can't hear them?
My Chico DeBarge. I got to let them know there's levels to this preservation.
Chico DeBarge is a criminal.
Yeah, facts. He just got arrested again. Did you see that?
No.
For real?
Yeah, he just got arrested again, yo.
Again. Chico was the one that was supposed to be like, he was always a rebel, right?
Yeah, he was the one who was with Joe.
No, they're all rebels.
Dang.
They're all some thugs.
Dang. So don't play with any of the barges.
Don't mess with none of them.
Yes.
They just light-skinned thugs.
There it is.
So like that, those two should be don't seem to be synonymous with each other, like light skinned thugs.
Not usually, but they are the original light-skinned gangsters.
But I guess, Brett, to answer your question, I'm well.
Great falsettos. Sorry.
I know. No, it's great. I'm good, and I'm glad I can start a conversation about the barges because we can never go less than 5 years without hearing of the barge debacle or the barge hit. So that's great. I'm glad we can have that right now.
I don't know if there's been a DeBarge hit in the last 5 years.
But there's been debacles.
There have been debacles. So we got to be careful because
I'm not
one of your frat brothers is married to a DeBarge.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And she gangster too.
Don't play with it.
Keep it all in the family, then. Keep it all in the family. Fresh. It's funny. Ever since the Dow episode, and I sense the calmness on a much more regular basis that Faison just pointed out. So kudos to you, sir. I'm trying to get that.
That's not the Dow.
That's not the Dow.
That's tiredness. That's exhaustion.
Man, working.
Trying to prop him up here, man. You know what I'm saying?
It really sucks that Carol doesn't. No matter what, he don't want to let this preservation shine, man.
I'm just trying to let it shine, baby.
Exactly, yo. I am what I am, and you can think it's because I'm not rested. However, I did have a nap today, sir. So you be false. So all of this calmness is just because I'm just slowly in the groove, baby. I even had my preservation ready, and more of my calmness was because I was startled like, dang, I thought he was going to be last.
Since we're
Heavens to Murgatroyd even.
Since we're here, go ahead and kick us off, man, with the frustration this week.
Wait, before we do that, I let Fresh get ready, but we got to give a shout out to our newest subscribers. And I want to knock them out. So on SoundCloud, listen to SoundCloud. Erica Tart, welcome to the 13th floor. And if you're listening to us on YouTube, Tamalor Rebecca, welcome to the 13th floor. Our newest and most recent subscribers.
Shouts,
we probably butchered your name, but that's okay. Just leave us a comment. You know, when you hear it, let us know.
Yes.
Give us the phonetic spelling. We'll shout you out again.
Phonetic spelling in there. There we go.
I'm pretty sure it's Tamalor, but we'll see.
We'll see.
will
She's gonna let
learn.
us know.
Let me know. Let me know.
There it is.
We will learn soon. All right, frustration this week. I actually wanted to keep it kind of on the Dow meditation tip. Make your life a meditation. Walking can be a meditation. Washing the dishes can be a meditation. Bring your observing eye into daily life and see differently. A lot of people get caught up when they hear the benefits of meditation. They think that it has to be, you know, some type of set. I need to set 30 minutes away to go ahead and make sure I'm meditating for this 30 minutes. And then they get frustrated because they can't clear their head. You can meditate anytime during the day. You can take time to meditate while you're, you know, in between doing stuff for work or whatever it is. Just make sure that you're trying to figure out ways to start making those things and implementing them into your day in order to, you know, slowly but surely be able to do more of it and start to feel and observe that peace that can come over you, like I observed it had at the beginning of this podcast. Preservation, believe that.
There it is. Big things. So I pose a question to the guys, man. So when do you guys actually take that time, that reflection time? Like, is it in the shower? Is it in the car? Like, when do you actually get that time of peace, if you get it at all?
I get that piece at 7:15. No, I apologize. 7:30.
AM?
That's
PM?
AM. That's when the boys. Actually, rewind that back. I wake up at 6:15, 6:30. I go downstairs and get the boys' food together, and that's when I turn on. I can't say her name now because she'll pop up and you'll hear her on the podcast. But I call her out and I ask her to start my day. And I get about 15 minutes of just relaxation, current events, everything's good to go. Only one light's on in the kitchen, and it's perfect. And then after that, the day kind of goes. And it doesn't happen again until evening when I get a nice glass of wine and whatever streaming subscription I watch at that point in time.
He was talking about Alexa. Just so y'all know.
Yeah, and it works through you saying it because it didn't pick up. But if I said it, you might hear. Oh, check this out real quick. Hey, Samuel, tell me a story.
Oh man, being in Star Wars. Now, I actually did not know what character I was playing in Star Wars until I got to London. I got a call one day and said, George needs you in London.
Hey, Samuel, stop.
Right. So I get to London.
Yes, my dude is on. He's there now. He is enabled. Samuel Jackson.
First off, that is extremely awesome. Second off, they're getting all types of money. I just saw
Michael B. Jordan.
An app. No, it was an app that was. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of his name? Jones.
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones has a new app, and I promise it's like I think it's supposed to be for meditation and calmness, but it sounded more like he was reading the Bible or something. But anything in his voice, of course, just sounds amazing. And so it was just it's always interesting to see how far these guys, him, Morgan Freeman, and Samuel Jackson, is getting money forever just off of their voices.
You got that voice, they make it happen. Pay me. Yeah.
So BJ, I'm coming to you next. I thought Carol was gonna jump in with his moment of serenity, but I wanted to come to you because I know a while back on the podcast we were talking about you figuring out and trying to get things out of your head. and on paper or something to, you know, kind of relax yourself sometimes in the evenings. Have you taken any steps towards that? Where we at with that, bro?
Yeah, paper ain't work. So I tried it for a couple of days. Like I wasn't getting nowhere. I it wasn't flowing for me. But again, when I find that time, it varies daily.
Mhm.
For me, like this one, like at least one day a week now, hopefully not more than 2 days a week. I'm in the car 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, traveling for work to be where I gotta go. Um, but when I do that, that morning time when I first get in the car for the first 10, 15 minutes is my like focus time. Like I'm focused on the road, but I'm like clearing my head for the day or whatever. And then honestly, like this morning, it really was. We had church in the car for like an hour and a half, man. It was a good time this morning. After
Mhm.
that, so we get the day started, get the day going. But on a normal day, if I'm home or around the house or local going out, it really is that time in the car. Because when I'm getting up, I'm moving, trying to get stuff together in the house. But that first 15, 20 minutes, I find myself in the car. That's the best time for me.
Yeah, I can say the same thing about the car situation, man. It's the drives, even if it's 15 minutes, it's an hour. Sometimes I find myself in the car, not even listening to the radio. One, because it's hardly anything on the radio that I want to actually hear, unless it's like maybe news related, but music wise, it's just not really there. But I'm in my head, you know, and I can just think freely, you know, thoughts pass in and out. And that's why I started the whole voice recording thing, because most of the time the thoughts come to me in the car. And it's therapeutic, you know, because you with yourself, man. You know, you got your own, you know, you're not worried about baby or, you know, kids, wife, anything like that, work related stress. It's just there for you, man.
Before all that, unless somebody acting stupid on the road, before all that mess starts, really, you got that time just kind of focus and zone in. So, but again, I tried the writing for a couple of days. That wasn't getting it. But I actually, since I have been going to the chiropractor, I have been falling asleep a lot easier,
Mhm.
and
Nice.
staying asleep a lot longer. So I
Mhm.
have noticed that over the last like week and a half, 2 weeks now. So
That's
Right.
awesome. I'd
Nice.
actually seen a he's one of these YouTube dudes or excuse me, like Instagram dudes. He fat dude. He's all and and such and such little fat dude, but he'll talk clips, whatever. Either way, he recently found out he had sleep apnea and was talking about how his friends and everybody used to crack on him and talk about how it sounded like he was dying when he was sleeping and XYZ, and he never really took it, like he would take it to heart, but he never really did nothing about it. Finally went and got checked out, found out like essentially in real life he was pretty much dying almost in his sleep because he
that's
was
what happens.
only
Yeah,
like it was something like 90% of the time he was struggling to get breath or something like that.
Hmm.
But it was the us as a people, the realization like, yo, we have to do better at getting things like that checked out and being able to, just like with BJ, don't allow the discomfort of, yo, I can't go to sleep because my back hurts. Yo, go get your back fixed so that you can go to sleep instead of not sleeping for days, weeks, months on end, and letting the problem persist and potentially get worse.
there's definitely been a change overall. I can feel it. I can like sense it during the day. So again, I welcome it. Again, it was like that years ago, and it just I fell off with going with consistency and just life in general. But at the end of the day, like you got to do. We talked about last week. We got to do what's best for us and listen to your body. Like seriously, when it starts doing that, the worst thing you can do is put it off and put it off. And I was guilty of it forever, but no longer, sir, no longer.
Yeah, we all are. And I was gonna say also we oh my goodness, it just fleeted from me. Go ahead. It's gone.
Oh, the man's talking, but he's on me.
No, you're on mute over there, Brett.
Button wasn't working. But Kay, it sounds like we back to you, brother.
Listen, man, I was enjoying impersonating the rest of y'all, just sitting here quiet. That happens. So I was trying to do something different this week. I was just gonna listen and not say anything until somebody
We,
actually called my name. But since you
we,
called my name,
we ain't got
um,
that to that point yet where you can just sit and listen, man. We need you to be, you know, putting yourself out there, them thoughts and everything that's going on in that head of yours.
well, you started talking about solitude and being within, your own thoughts and whatnot. So I enacted it immediately. because that's how it happens for me. I could be in a meeting and I can meditate and totally forget where I'm at and what's going on. But typically, my regular time for that is somewhere between 5 and 6 in the morning, where nobody's awake and the house is just quiet. It's just me and the creaking floors as I walk around. And I try to master walking in between the creaks in the floor. So yeah, that's pretty much my time to do it. And it's a challenge because sometimes your head will go immediately to all the things that would actually bring you stress and anxiety and make you dread the day. So I definitely don't ham. What I am trying to master is the same way that you would block out time in a schedule is the same way to block out that space for just your mind to be free and not to, direct it towards any one thing in particular. So I think you got to be really intentional about that. And I think that is really the key to meditation is allow your mind to take over. And some people try to fight the thoughts that are coming, but that's not what you're supposed to do. You're just supposed to let the thought come in and move on. What we tend to do is that thought comes in and then we want to harp on it and we keep it there as opposed to just moving along. So I would say that's pretty much it for me between that 5 and 6 o'clock hour. Anytime I'm in the car by myself, usually I'm trying to get some type of music or listen to something to put me in the space that I need to be, is what I typically do. I don't really like being in the car quiet or in my thoughts because I can forget that I'm driving.
Definitely don't want that to happen. Definitely don't need that.
Wow. Brett,
Nice.
question I want to ask anybody right now before we go on to anything else. What's the most recent book that that you guys are reading now, or audio book you're listening to, or masterclass? Doesn't matter. Just want to see what's going on across our floor.
I'll go first. I am reading Eat Smarter by Sean Stevenson. He is the host of the Model Health Show. And basically what he has done, he has taken all the parts of the mainstream diets out there that people try to do, and he's pulled all the pieces that are sustainable and all the things that actually will work and put them into one hybrid diet for the longevity of people and to really help you rebuild your body and go through. So that's what I'm reading right now. I'm halfway through. I haven't even got to the actual diet part of it yet. I've just been reading about the science of food and how it affects your body and trying to understand that piece.
Man, when are you gonna write your own science of food book? I swear you had like your library consists of has to be like 5 shelves of just eat right diet like stuff.
It's
That shelf is pretty. That shelf is strong. That's a man shelf. I've seen it and I was very impressed by the reading there. It's definitely
I feel like he missed his calling in some regard because now Carol hit me to so many different diets, not necessarily fad diets, but important ways to eat. And then he has the health and fitness component in there, loosely tied in or whatever. So it's just like the nutritionist aspect of it. He's a master on the grill, smoker. It's like when are we gonna get
what? You know what? Okay, we're not gonna get into that right now. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it because it's funny that you say that, but we'll come back to it.
There it is. What am I reading right now? I am reading how to learn sign language with your baby.
Awesome.
So I will tell you that there are mixed thoughts about that. Some people say that if you teach your baby sign language, it will delay them verbally speaking.
Really?
Because they will just assume that as the language, and that's
Right.
it. They don't have any incentive to actually speak. But then there's another camp that says, hey, it's just another language. And when you start young, they'll learn that language as well as the verbal language and just keep it moving. And it actually helps their brain to develop. So keep going, bro.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. The ability for them to ask for things and the frustration they're gonna have when it comes to learning sign language, like for more or eat, like those things they learn, and it can help those crazy days of crying. Or what are you crying for? Why are you crying so much? The sign language helps. And now they learned that in monster school about like the more, and he wanted to eat, and like those things help. And they're, oh, dude's hungry. All right, cool. Now, granted, we fed him way too much.
I'll say,
We learned that was a problem that we need to get, but it also did help because there was not a lot of crying or concern for that process. So yes, please keep going. Teach that baby as many languages as possible. And as you go forward, keep it going. Even when he's older, still use languages. It shouldn't go away. It's still something you can just practice and teach, because sign language is awesome. And why not?
the whole thing is just based on reinforcement. And that was Carol was getting at. It's like, if you just keep reinforcing the sign language and never promote the actual verbal skills, then that's where that disconnect is. And again, I don't have to work as hard. I don't have to get what I want. I'm just gonna cry, do the motion they're gonna give me. At some point in time, you gotta let that almost like wean off, like let that go. No, not until you say, can I have some more, or say more, or do it with the sign language. So it's all the development process. But again, if that frustration at the child level is where it comes to benefit, just like Art said, proven benefit for that.
Yeah, and figuring out the cries and what they want. I mean, that's a process. Kind of got that stuff down because they sign off the rip. Like, you can tell that the baby's hungry because they start mouthing at everything. And if they just ate, you give them the pacifier. They typically, Sonny's falling like right to sleep or whatnot. So, and then we've had a couple of bouts with the constipation last couple of days. So those are some uncomfortable sleepless nights. But
apple juice.
yeah,
Apple juice. That is your best friend. With
not old enough to use apple juice yet. He's 3 weeks old.
No, I think really.
We use a probiotic. They told us not to give him anything but milk. They ain't even want us giving him water yet.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Yeah. You can't do. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You can't do water yet?
No, never supposed to do water for a little bit.
Okay, so I got a question then. Sonny's on formula?
And breast milk, yeah.
Good point. Great point.
Listen, man.
Thank you.
Listen, man.
What are you mixing the formula with?
It's powdered milk. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, there's water in milk. Right.
You mix it with
why they
water.
don't want to look, that's like the argument about people who only drink juice. They don't drink water because there's water in the juice. That doesn't make much sense to me about as far as hydration is concerned, because a lot of other shit in there, like sugar and whatever else. But that's what the doctor told us. And that's all I can go with. I don't have the experience, but I'm here to learn from my more experienced brothers who have had children and know how to go about and navigate these first couple of months. I'm sorry, Faison, but we getting away from the book conversation and now.
I don't even remember.
All good. Listen, this is just for us conversating you. Like the whole our whole purpose is to be able to interact, and I've seen people love just the conversation. And, we start one thing and we start off with that and throw into food, and then food turned into this, and I'm sure this will turn into to come into America too. Like, this is how it works. It's all a merry-go-round of fun, and that's cool.
Cool. Who's next on the books?
that was a hard stop to that one.
I'm reading one. I'll go mine. It's Mentor to Millions by Kevin Harrington and Mark Trim. I'm just learning how to properly work with a mentor. So I need to understand the process of what a mentor is supposed to do for you. Never had one before. Never had one officially. You have people you've worked with, talked to, done things, but like actually say, this is my mentor. And I've learned there's levels between a mentor and a sponsor. Two different people, two different things, brand new to me. So dude, who'd imagine after all these years of working in corporate that this never been a thing, but always been alone. So I now have an opportunity now I'm with a bigger corporation to have that group in other regions. So yeah, just learning and trying to understand so that when I go to that meeting again with my new mentor, I actually have something that I know I can bring with it. Like, what did you do when you mentor? What do you ask for? How do you interact with them? Is it just business? Is it business and checkups? Is it weekly, periodly, quarterly? All this stuff's happening. So the book's not too big, but it's a lot of knowledge in there to understand and put in practice. So
So it's a corporate mentor. I'm sorry, Kay.
No, you good. Go ahead.
You got a
Just
corporate
yeah,
mentor?
yeah. Corporate mentor, a CEO is a mentor.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Carol. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, how do you go about selecting a mentor?
Mine was given to me. Mine was someone in the team said, "I think you are a good fit with this person who can help you develop your path to build your brand." And he's done that, so this what he's great at. So you'd be a great fit for him. And then I talked to him to make sure that we were a fit together, because anyone can talk and anyone can say, "Hey, you work well with so and so," but until you actually interact together, you don't know if that's going to gel. And it's been one meeting, so it's not like we're running in this home run or anything. We're still interacting and talking. But I thought that first meeting was a good place. I learned a lot. He got to know me, got to know him, and we're gonna kind of see where it goes. But it's awesome.
Now, is there a financial uh, incentive for him to be your mentor, or how's that working?
At this point, no, and I don't think it will be. I think it's more just helping someone of color in an organization continue to grow. So his mission has always been to help those in diversity. Throughout his career, he's been diversity chairman, diversity leadership. So he'd love to see that, and in a community of a very small amount of minorities, you try to partner with like that big brother, big sister kind of environment. So yeah,
Okay, so this person is within the organization.
yes,
Okay, see
not
that's a
mine,
little
not
that's a
mine,
little different.
but in the organization, yeah, it's very different. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little different. Like I'm looking for, um, just somebody in life from a life mentorship perspective, and everybody that I've tried to sign up for that has not panned out. So yeah, that's why I asked. So I just assumed that because these people haven't panned out, that means we just didn't gel. So they don't answer my phone calls and all that good stuff. So
Well, I mean, let's be honest with ourselves, and you are a very strong person, and we know that you are, and the person that's going to be able to coach you, he's got to be on their game. So if you're coming in, and you're like, "This is what I'm looking for," and they're like, "You're way ahead of me," even though they're the ones.
I'm about to say I can guarantee
Doesn't mean that.
10 out of the 10 people that you've talked to in that line you've had a couple conversations with them, but they've realized very soon, like, man, I can't play this game with this dude. He's way further in doing stuff than I am, and he's gonna call me out.
And it's probably not the talking; it's probably the silence that he gives you after the response, just like,
Oh.
"Okay," like that silence.
I was remembering all of those signs.
that is
So
hilarious.
That's what that was.
That is hilarious. I think we on either BJ or Fresh.
I'm still meditating on that because I'm thinking in your situation, it's more like somebody out of field, but somebody more in that realm of, I'm not even gonna say motivation. It's really just they have to have that specific, I can connect with you where you're at. It's not even all about experience per se, but if they can't build that connection with you off rip, what's the point?
I think it is a little bit about experience though, especially we talking about Carol. We talking about like you got to come to you're talking about a wise person from my vantage point. So this is like, who does the master go to be tutored by? And so it has to be another master. And how often do you come across masters or people who have mastered their field? I wouldn't say it's, very often. And I think that, a lot of times, when people are running into Curl, they may be at a certain station in life that he may not have ascended to just yet, but the intellect is, where it all starts at. And I think that when, having conversations with him and some of the people who may have come in and out of that mentorship space, I think that's where it kind of all breaks down, because they in turn find that damn, I'm learning more from this gentleman than he's learning from me. So it's like the role just immediately reverses.
Yeah, but see, for me, that's the problem. I don't feel like I've mastered anything in particular. So I'm still always out there, and I see stuff in people that I'm just like, I need that. Let me get that. Well, share that with me. Like,
You are, bro. I don't understand what is wrong with you, man. Like, nigga, you've been a master since college, bro. Like, ever since I've known you. Like, it is heartbreaking the fact that you seek what you already have so strong within. And not only that it
See,
is
that's a
it,
Dow reference right there.
So
like,
that was a
bro,
Yoda down.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. But it's crazy to me, bro, because it's not even like it's just us. Like every person in your life pretty much tells you this, but for some weird reason, you decide not to allow it to resonate within your soul. It's like you know it, but you don't want to believe it. Dog, you are a master, and like you have been, like there is very few people that I can know without a shadow of a doubt. If I call to ask for some advice on something, regardless of what it is, I know I can get some 6 o'clock straight up and down information. And if they don't know, like, yo, you are gonna figure it out. Like you've always been like that. So it is always so weird to me that you seek something that you resonate and glow so heavily within yourself. Like you just need to put it out there more and more and more. Like you are beyond there.
But I think
And
too,
yes,
because
but I
part
was
of it
gonna
is
say
that
also
he needs to
people.
get fed as well, instead of just feeding other people. He has to recharge and feed himself. And again, that lack of that finding somebody that
I
can feed
agree.
him.
Well, to that point, again, it's none of us, I will say none of us here want to really ever consider ourselves the smartest person in the room, because we're avid learners. We're trying to get to the next rung. And so whether you finding people and I think that's where Carol finds himself, and all of us probably find ourselves in positions or in spaces with people who may be at different stations or classes in life or whatever. And so, those are motivating factors, and they've obviously gotten to those points in life for something. But that's not to say that you still don't come with that certain level of mastery. Maybe it's something that you haven't done yet, or a break that you haven't had yet, because a lot of it, sometimes it just comes down to being in the right spot at the right time and things to align. But I think the groups of people that we find ourselves around, and I know Carol puts himself in these positions, whether it be the seminars that we sometimes attend, or just in, I want to say sometimes day to day at CarMax, and the people that he interacts with, because he's just that people person. Like he connects with people. So you'll find yourself able to connect with people that are, at a different station, but you still have that spark or that piece of the mastery to be able to, I guess, fuse the two, to be able to say that, there's something, like you said, I can take away from this or this person, but they might not be the one that I have, like, they're not Yoda to me.
I think that's what, from reading so far, and trust me, I'm not deep in, so I'm reading I'm reading a 300-page document from my work. But
so basically, you said you've read the forward for the book. Gotcha.
yeah, no, I'm a little deeper in. But
He got to the acknowledgments.
I'm past page 4. But what I've seen so far is that you got to find the person, like Kay said, he's looking for somebody for this specific thing. And you can have 6, 7, 10 mentors that do certain things. And that's all they do. So you go to them for that one thing. Hey, I'm looking for, how to interact with this kind of person. That person over there is great at that. But you're looking for somebody to be able to develop a career path. That person may not know that. They know how to handle that. So you got to find each one. So I think instead of you trying to find, which is probably hard, but trying to find that person, try to find those people. So all those 10 people you already talked to might have had all you're looking for, but you may try to group them together and keep them separate. Because I'm looking for you for this. It may be a one conversation. I talk to you once every 3 months, but I'm getting that knowledge from you for that one topic I need from you. And that's it. And that's what, and if they know that and you know that, then the conversation now centered around just that. That's what
Yeah,
I've
I
learned so
think.
far.
Well, I was gonna say, I also think that, yeah, that's what it is. Is you might well, I think obviously you unintentionally intimidate who you're seeking as a mentor, just because they probably get in that space of feeling like, dang, this dude's got a lot more going on, or knows a lot more than I do. And that's what causes the, I don't want to answer the phone call because he's starting to make me feel like I ain't got my stuff together. But potentially, if you go ahead and kind of compartmentalize, like Art is saying, and kind of create, sectional mentors, and kind of have like a better known, hey, like this is what our conversations or whatever are about, and might help out in finding, kind of some segmented pieces that then can form like Voltron or something.
And then, I mean, you can call a spade a spade. Sometimes people are just trash. They're not who they kind of presented themselves to be. And, it might be a season, it might be, just a particular moment in time. That could have turned out to be a vulture of sorts and came in, saw an opportunity, made it look nice or whatever. It's just, it really
Somebody
falls
faked it. Somebody faked it till they made it.
right,
Yeah,
and so,
but that's I was gonna
go
say,
ahead.
that's a lot of people, especially within their careers, and a lot of people that you are looking out from the outside, like, oh man, this guy's been, with this company for X, 10, 15, 20 years and doing all, wow, he looks like he's got it together. And then you find out, nah, man, he doesn't know nothing. You start really talking to them about their business, and they
Hilarious.
really just been smart enough to move from office to office in different areas and in different departments, where they can just kind of chill and be on their own and just have felt their way up the ladder. It
Hmm.
happens all the
I
time, and
just
then
had the
all of a
conversation
sudden
last
they're
night with Gina about another situation that's going on elsewhere, and it just, the conversation led to, how did this person get to the point in leadership? And it really was, they backtracked everything. He was just, he came up in
right
leadership
place, right
years
time.
ago, and people just stopped leaving the company, and he just got moved up. Not that he had a basic
Yep.
skill, not that he had it. He was just
Well,
around, and people
he's
in
got
the
tenure. He's got
top
It
tenure.
boss,
happens
top
all
boss knew him,
the time.
and people just started moving up. It's like, but everybody looked like he's not
Yep.
qualified to do the job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got tenure. He's been here. He started off as a janitor, but other people. Next thing, he was in the mail room, and then he worked his way into a regular desk, and was at a cube, and the next thing he got a little account position in sales, and
Someone
then
made the comment
worked
that
his
he
way
was.
up. Now he's a vice president of the company.
Someone made the comment that he was just right outside the executive's door when the last person got fired or quit. He was the first person that walked that stepped out
Yep.
of the door himself.
Hey,
Yep.
can you do us a favor?
Hey, you.
Can you sit right here and answer this phone if it rings, just in case we'll be back. And then that's it. Just
Hundred
been sitting there
percent.
ever
That's
since.
how it goes down.
Hmm. Yeah.
They gave me this desk and told me to answer this phone, and I've been doing it for 15 years now. Phone only rings twice a year, but you know what? I answer, get this check.
Yeah, man. So I think, between amongst us, I think you got enough feedback, Kay, to sit on and meditate on, and you know,
Yeah, I really just asked one question though. That was it. And yeah, it ended up being like 20 minutes. But it's cool. I'm looking forward to BJ's book so I can ask another question and then we'll go another 20 minutes.
All for the love.
I'm in the middle right now. Living Grace, Walk in Love by Bob Goff. It's actually a daily like devotional piece, but it's written by Everybody Loves, and I can't remember the other book he has, which I mentioned before. That's actually the author that wrote the book that I got the idea from, of the kid's 13th birthday and them picking their destination and we going somewhere, from things he did with his kids when they were growing up. So it's a ton of different things, but it's really just about taking those minute spotlights throughout the day and highlighting specifically, like, Art, this thing is killing me. Sorry, this back and forth picture. And those day-to-day spotlights, and it happen everything's every day, and just taking day by day and just really um using that word grace, and not even necessarily in a biblical sense, but the grace we extend to others, in mistakes in life and conversation, just the things that we do, and thinking and keeping respect of the mistakes and stuff we made in the past too. So that's the gist of the book. And again, it's a daily devotional. So we're in February. So you're on what, day 30? What is today? February 3rd. So day like 33 and 34. So it's a 365 journey. And I have no idea what's going on right now.
Yeah, like it
me
got
either.
real quiet.
Just random silence. Random silence. Does everybody have that little thing in the corner by your name that looks like a Christmas tree with an ornament?
Nope.
Oh no, I know what that
That's
is.
the
You guys are
pin. That's
pinned.
the
Okay,
pin.
got it. That's
Yeah,
the
bro.
pin. Like a little Christmas tree with an ornament hanging
You know,
off.
we've
there
got
you
a
go.
new
Oh, yeah, I
producer
see
this
that.
week who is enjoying his first time in the production booth. You know, on the 13th floor, we got a couple of rooms, and Art stepped into the producer room this week. So he's enjoying. We hope that none of our viewers have any epileptic problems because you know, the screen's been blinking a couple times and moving back and forth. So we hope nobody's getting the jitters.
Listen, I'm enjoying this role, and please leave your comments. But
We can tell.
I'm just trying to, no, listen, it's about conversation. And as you know, and listen, I think it's awesome. And I'll pull a President Biden. Listen, Jack, this is about to entertainment purposes. It is not just about seeing one face. It's about us all interact. So we got to be able to see each of us prior to, and that the ball coming your way, so you know you're about to go up. So that's why you got that weird stare in the camera that will be there on YouTube forever. That, oh, am I next? Yeah. Okay. So yes. But good stuff. Yeah, it's really it's important to see because we do so much. For those who are watching on YouTube, you'll see some weeks we do so much in the background. You'll see some of Kay's smile faces. You'll see Ian laughing in the background. All this stuff makes the experience amazing, and I don't want people to miss that. So
Well, that's only for the people that watch it on YouTube.
yeah, and listen,
Yeah.
you hear our voice, right? You hear our voice, and you guys are hearing us on your audio. Come over YouTube and see what's going on because the party is live. But
There's a whole nother podcast going on.
Right. It's like being at a concert. You just at a concert, but seeing the experience is amazing. You are right now experiencing full phase on.
There
Well,
it is. Hey, well, on behalf of Team Production, we thank you for stepping over to the dark side, man, and we welcome you with open arms, dog.
I'm excited.
Did Fresh say what he was reading?
Not yet.
No,
I just wanted to make sure I didn't want you to be excluded, bro.
I was excluded from the first part, but I ain't saying nothing. I'm actually doing a lot of Google reviews right now. I just started a new position back in corporate world, and I have to retake all of my Google certifications. So I am hot and deep in Google land. However, I did start reading. I do like Gary John Bishop, and I started reading his other book, Unfuck Yourself, Get Out of Your Head and Into Your Life. But all of his books are very raw and give it to you, you know, just how it is, but give you.
He's the one who wrote the other one,
real deals. Yeah.
Can't think of the name of it right now.
Unfuck Your Life.
I just couldn't get
You
past
can't say that anymore. I'm trying to keep us at a PG rating. You get one. You get one.
I don't think we're gonna be at a PG
I'll work
rating
on editing.
this cast. We had an N-bomb in here a little while ago.
That's okay. That's the crazy part is that that's allowed.
That's fine.
That's allowed in it, and always cool. But you don't get the F-bomb. You get one, and that's pretty much it.
Wait, hold on.
Subtle art
I
of
can
not,
edit it out.
that's the other one.
You can say the N word. You can say the B word.
Yeah.
All you want.
If you're unsure, listen to that. You can go on to Netflix and watch the history of the curse word. It explains exactly, and one of the episodes is the F-bomb, and explains how important, how crazy you can do everything else, but you can't say that more than once, and you go to rated R. It's insane. So I saw some movies holding on to it to the very end, or when they do say it in PG movies, it's like the hardest thing you've ever heard, and then that's it. You get one shot at it.
Interesting.
Have to
Well,
add
yeah.
that to the watch list.
It's pretty good. It was a good little. It's funny too. So, History of the Curse Word. It's hosted by Nicolas Cage.
Interesting.
What?
I've heard
Yeah.
of it. I just didn't go back and watch it.
Funny.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
didn't go
funny.
back and watch it either.
Well, Faison, we're gonna stick with you, man, and the spotlight's gonna be on you for a little while longer. We want to get Art's Corner in, so we can segue to closing down the show. So, what do you have for us this week, sir?
So let's think about this. Man, this has been a crazy week, and I really have enjoyed kind of just
You know,
thinking
last
about.
week was the crazy week, running up and down steps and shit all through DC. You know what I'm saying? That was the crazy week.
That was true, but it was fun to direct from afar. But I'm used to that. Used to managing on the phone from multiple distances. So listen, this is week, and we'll kind of get into it later on in a future podcast. But reflection of the previous year. Anyone who is currently working or currently in a position, a job, or fortunate enough to have a job because you chose that job, not because you was given to you. You chose to work there. You chose to go forward with that reflection. And then reflection on the year before, on what you did, prepare that information now, because we're going to be coming up to reviews and look backs and conversations. And you need to be able to tie that in a very good way to tell your story. Tell your story on how 2020 went. And even though it was crazy, you may not have felt you had the opportunity to do everything you wanted to do. Or you did do it, and if like you didn't have the influence you wanted because you weren't there in person. That story is still important to share. So you have to be able to tell that story and get it ready to go. And then when you're ready for your review or whatever it may be, that story can then help you propel for that next level up, be it your annual percentage raise, be it your bonuses, have that ready to go. And then moving forward, the ability to start tracking currently now what you're doing month by month. So that it's easier to look back in 2022 what you did. I tell myself this every year, and I always remember I started the year off hardcore. I did this week, or I did this week, and I spent 20 minutes, 30 minutes just writing down what the goal was for the week that I did. But you gotta do this all year long and put it somewhere you know you can remember. Evernote, some memo place, just track down everything you've done. That's big for you. Once you get it done, you can look back at it and then compromise it and put it into a yearly step. One for personal growth, personal development, but also for your professional career. So that's my corner. That's my suggestion for you guys to do. It's February, so start now, look back on January, and then roll forward for the rest of the year.
Kind of piggybacking off of Art, I will say also make sure to create a space and environment for you to be productive. Um, I just recently was able to set up my home office and have found my production increase tremendously just by being able to put myself in that environment and thought process of doing work. And so I feel it's a very valuable asset to make sure that you create a space for you to be productive in, and don't fall into the thought process that you can allow your bedroom or your couch to be that space.
Absolutely. Coach K, before I come to you,
That's fine.
to
I just wanted to say that for some reason, swine has been a consistent theme through this whole episode. And I think that's been the kryptonite for this episode for me. We keep talking about pigs and swine. I just wanted to put that out there.
You got an opportunity to clean it up coming soon, sir. So just keep that in mind.
However, I will tell you that Faison had some amazing candied bacon last weekend? Yeah, last weekend.
I'm still eating
Candy
it.
bacon? Was it chocolate covered bacon or just?
It's from Fogo de Chao. And I went there and I was like, oh, let me see if they had some. I grabbed a couple of them. Had to wait to go back. Yeah, bring me some more of that. Just bring it
Yeah,
up. And,
run to keep it coming. Baby.
Yeah.
and
They're bringing out. They're bringing out the skewers with the meat for everybody else, and they're bringing plates of candy bacon for Faison.
And I was just like, yo, can I? I mean, they gave me so much because I asked two people to bring some back because the one girl forgot. Sai forgot to bring it to me. So when they brought it, they brought me 2 plates. And I was like, oh, well, this is a waste. You can't just throw it away. I was like, give me a box that you have. We can't take it to go. Not in my day. Hey, babe, what happened? And I got my candy bacon because there's no reason. There's no point of throwing that all away because you don't want to give me a box. But you give me a box to take away my pie. Makes no sense. Give me that bacon you want to throw away. I don't want the meats. And I know that you can't do that, but you literally brought it to me and you want to just dump it. That's where, So
yeah. Save the bacon.
Save the bacon. We're gonna name this podcast "Save the Bacon." Remind everyone that you can get this podcast on YouTube. Subscribe, get connected with us on the YouTube, so Faison can shout you out as a new subscriber to the YouTube channel. We also on iTunes, Apple Podcasts. You got Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify, everywhere that iHeartRadio, and Come on. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. Anchor. Everywhere that Anchor shoots out the podcast too, man. Get connected with us on Instagram at 13th Floor Please. Facebook at 13th Floor Please. And get the merch. Fresh Ovation worked very hard to get the merch out there. So Michael T-shirts. That's it. Fresh? Michael T-shirts.com. There it is. Oh, forget that last part, but get the merch, 13th Floor merch. Fresh is rocking the nice 13th Floor t-shirt right now, so you can get that and many other designs. Support the show, support the cast each and every week, baby.
Subscribe. Hey. You can also get all that stuff through the website. So if you want to just go to the13thfloorpodcast.com, everything you just said is all there for you. So if you don't want to know what to dig through, hit one spot, the 13thfloorpodcast.com. Subscribe there, check out there, see where we at for everything. Merchandise is there for you. It's all there. It's also in the description on YouTube and the description on your local podcast download. So click on the see more. You'll see the whole breakdown of everything.
There it is. Coach K, clean this thing up, man.
All right, I'm going to clean it up. So we are in February. Black History Month. We ain't even mentioned anything about Black History Month, but happy Black History Month to all of you out there. Hopefully you are taking advantage of the opportunity. Not that you shouldn't do it every day, but definitely put in some extra work this February. But hey, look, there could be some carryover from 2020. And there are people out there right now that you're still trying to recover from what happened. And it's okay that you didn't start in January, but it is not too late. There are 11 more months left for you to go out there and change your direction. And I think we gave you a formula today. You probably didn't even realize it. But first, you've got to block out all the noise and you've got to get quiet with yourself and figure out what exactly it is that you want to achieve, that you want to accomplish this year. And I think somebody said, hey, break it up in small pieces. I think we look at the 365 total and we don't look at the very next one that's going to happen. So block out the noise. That was the first thing. The second thing was find a mentor. Find somebody that is doing or that's good at the thing that you want to do. And you may not get it right on the first, second, third, or fourth try like myself, but keep trying. And then if you continue to do that, just identify the gap in the trend, and maybe you are the bridge for the gap that you're experiencing and what you're trying to find. You may have that thing. Nobody on here flipped that on me that way, but you may have the thing that you're looking for. Fresh kind of did. You may have the thing that you're looking for and you be that thing, right? Go out there and find books. You just heard 5 Black men that all were doing some type of reading at this point in time. There was not one person that said, oh, I'm not reading anything. Yeah, I'll let you marinate on that for a second. But you need to go out there and find the things. Sometimes it's not a person. It might just be the information. Information is everywhere. It's on Google. It's in books. Go out there and find it for yourself and just start acting on it. Once you start taking those first couple steps, somebody's going to meet you along the journey to help you get and accelerate along the rest of the way. So go out there and do that. And then the third thing was, I'm going to get into a new space here, right? Because I want to help you. I want to help you right now. I want you to go invest in yourself. And I'm going to give you a stock tip, right? And you're going to get this stock tip and you're going to go search for this on whatever your platform is, and you're not going to find it, right? But let me tell you, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get a piece of paper and you're going to write down your initials. And that is the stock symbol that you're looking for. And you're going to invest in that stock symbol, which is you. Because guess what? It doesn't matter what laws get passed. It doesn't matter if a hedge fund comes along. You control that stock. You control the return on the investment that you get in that stock. That's all on you. So if you did what I asked you to do, which was to write your initials down on a piece of paper, look at that. Now go invest in it. Make the rest of your 2021 the best of your 2021.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're done here on the 13th floor where the furniture isn't always the best, but the views are amazing. Shout out to Porky.
Amazing.